This summer has seen the dawn of a new era here at Arsenal, with Unai Emery taking over first team affairs. For the players, staff and fans, everything feels fresh ahead of what we hope will be an exciting 2018-19 campaign. So then, how has pre-season gone? Here's my take on what we've learned from the 5 warm-up games. The new head coach has made it clear he'd like his side to press with aggression this season. We have caught glimpses of the style that he's looking for during the friendly games. Hunting impacts isn't something new to the players, they've done it before, but over in Singapore they made a concerted effort to pin teams in by closing them down in a coordinated manner. The midfield and forward line worked hard in unison. One of Emery's 3-man midfield often sparks the mid-pitch press. In this example it's Ramsey, and the idea is to then force opponents back or into making a mistake under pressure. Against Chelsea, this tactic bore fruit, with a tight midfield block turning the ball over in a good area here, and from the transition, Lacazette is unlucky not to score. The Gunners must be careful though. In this clip, 2 of the 3 midfielders press hard but leave a big hole behind them. Chelsea were good enough to play through the press with one pass, and all of a sudden, Arsenal were stretched. At the other end of the field, it's apparent the new head coach wants his team to pass their way out through the lines whenever they are closed down. Some of the composure that's been shown has been calmness personified. One of the most pleasing and exciting aspects of pre-season is the way that Arsenal have gone from back to front with great acceleration and precision. This is a great example. Čech is closed down but finds a way out with a fabulous pass to Smith Rowe, and from there red shirts sweep forward with incredible pace and fluidity. It's a superb counter-attack that should really have been crowned with a simple finish. In Stockholm against Lazio, the Gunners did go from one end of the pitch to the other to score a goal. Leno starts the move, Nielsen's positioning and choices on the ball are excellent, with the Italians stretched by Iwobi. Young Nielsen deservedly got his tap in. I think Arsenal have looked at their best on breakaways, and some of the combination play between Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang and Ozil has really whetted the appetite for what is possible this season. But it is unquestionably penetration that's caught the eye most this summer. If the Gunners can pierce rival teams this sharply during the matches that matter, we are all in for a treat. Teams always work hard on set pieces at this time of the year, but from an Arsenal perspective, you can see that major changes have occurred. In defence, the Gunners have switched to a man-to-man marking setup, and right now I'd say it's very much a work in progress. Some players that aren't accustomed to marking goal threats have been targeted, and Chelsea's goal stemmed from a blocker forcing Smith Rowe to lose his man, with Rudiger pouncing to score. The marking will tighten up in the weeks to come. Attacking corners have been fruitful under Emery so far. This was a quality header from Rob Holding. The short corners have also paid off. Changing the angle of this cross pulled PSG apart here before Lacazette bundled the ball home. And Arsenal's equaliser against Chelsea also stemmed from a short corner too. Dragging defenders away from their designated areas, Ozil and Nielsen did brilliantly to set up the French striker for another finish. Pre-seasons are never perfect, nor would you want them to be. The best time to make mistakes and learn from them is when you're playing friendlies. One recurring problem has been an old habit, giving the ball away in dangerous areas. The new boss wants his men to pass out from the back, but with better care. Risk-taking is best reserved for play in the opposition half, and but for a great save by Leno here, Arsenal's sloppiness could have been punished with a goal. On occasion, the back four has also been caught square, leaving space in behind. Holding a high line is fine, but knowing when to do it at the right times is essential. Chelsea's midfield runners saw this space and tried to catch Arsenal out several times with piercing bursts. A rogue offside flag got them out of jail here. And a high line was also caught flat-footed from this Hudson-Odoi run in Dublin. The boss will look to fine-tune better communication and awareness in the weeks to come. Much like his predecessor, Unai Emery loves to give young players a chance to impress, and 3 of his most talented teenagers shone brightly during pre-season. Reiss Nelson saw plenty of game time and was consistently positive in his application down the right side, creating chances and goals to catch the eye of his Spanish manager. And he scored a couple of decent strikes too, which is really good for his confidence. Coming in off the left, I was also impressed by the brightness of forward Adrian Clarke during the warm-up games. He was forceful and determined to make an impression. His razor-sharp movement was rewarded with a lovely goal against PSG, running through to slot home a quality finish. His stock has definitely risen. But of all the kids on tour, it was 18-year-old Emile Smith-Rowe that shone most. This piece of neat footwork and a fiercely struck drive to beat Jan Oblak outlined his credentials. He built on that by charging down the channel to great effect before teeing up Lacazette for this goal against PSG. And in general, it was his well-timed runs from in to out that caused defenders the most problems. Smith-Rowe has a great attitude and is technically outstanding. There were plenty of positive performances, but in my view, it was one of the new faces that stood out as main man, making a fabulous first impression. Matteo Guendouzi has got off to a flying start. The Frenchman likes to show for the ball and prompt from deep, but he has the confidence to travel well with it too. This burst and gorgeous ping to Nelson was typical of his distribution. I also like the way Guendouzi seeks out a forward pass as his first instinct. Unafraid to try his luck with a proactive, vertical pass, the midfielder has the ability to bring forwards into the game with great regularity. Guendouzi's long-range passing is polished. With him in the side, Arsenal's forwards will always be looking to bend their runs in behind, as Aubameyang did very smartly here. It's not just about his passing. Guendouzi is a decent ball winner too. He'll work hard to track back and make tackles if required, and he can press opponents with a conviction as well. Pre-season could not have gone any better for Guendouzi, who's put himself in the frame for a starting berth against Manchester City. In a word, pre-season has been encouraging. All of the new signings have settled in nicely, the star forwards have looked increasingly sharp, the youngsters have done well, and the results have been really positive too. Considering the amount of new information the players have had to take on board, I think it's impressive that the team has remained unbeaten in 90 minutes. There are 2 tough fixtures to begin the season, but the players do look ready for the real action to begin.
Oh, wait, subscribe.